It's been a while and I need to talk to you, so I hope you'll stay tuned for the whole of this. I say it's been a while. It's not really been a while for most of you, because most of you have found my short section of the channel, but there's a lot of people I keep bumping into at church and stuff, and they keep saying, oh, when are you going to post another video? You know, I'm missing your regular posts, and they don't realise that there's one on nearly every day on the short section. So find the short section and get onto that. But anyway, yeah, just stick around because I need to talk to you about a few things. But look at this beautiful sunset. Look at that. The sky is on fire here. The skies are golden here around Goulburn, which is where I live, and even a bit purpley up on that side as well. So it's really nice around here at the moment. But I thought perfect opportunity to chat to you about one or two things. So basically, I need your help. I need to know what to do with this channel, where to go with it, because at the moment it's it's plodding on, and we've got 1,400 subscribers, which ain't too bad, but I don't really know what direction to take it from this point onwards, because I can either become quite professional and get stuck in and give a bit more money towards it and get it looking a bit flashier and a bit more succinct, or I can go the other way and just be a bit more personable and let you know a little bit about me and my struggles and things like that, in the hope that I identify with somebody better, and we can pray for one another. Because the good thing about only having 1.5k subscribers is you've got the ability to respond to every single person who comments on here. So I do like that. I like the fact that my channel's quite small in a way, and because there's nobody who goes uncommented if the comment deserves a comment or requires a comment. But it's a difficult thing to kind of open yourself up and let you know about a few things, and because you're making yourself vulnerable. I'm not saying vulnerable to attack, but just vulnerable. People get to find out about you and about your situation. And I'm not going to lie, the last 2 years since I've started doing this channel have been quite tricky. I started during lockdown just because I was bored basically, and I was reading a lot of books, and I thought, oh well, I'll start doing a few book reviews for the books that I've read, and that they weren't all Christian ones, but they had a certain Christian tone, a certain hope in these biographies that I was reading, because people's lives tell a story and you can get lots of illustrations from it, and some of the people were Christians who the biographies were about, or certainly had Christian values. But from that it became thoughts for the day, and there's 200 of them on a playlist that you can go and check out. But from starting that, the devil attacked big time, and it just feels like it's been one thing after another that has slowly attacked my whole family basically. And it's been difficult. There's I could list them in order, or I could group them, but basically I'll group them in thematically, shall we? Be easier for my memory. I lost 3 dogs in 1 year. One choked to death because it was just a puppy on some food. We tried our best to try and get it out, we just couldn't. It was heartbreaking. Our oldest dog had to be put down, and then my favourite dog, don't listen to this Sadie, you're the new favourite, okay? But my favourite dog at the time, Ace, Springer Spaniel, at the age of just 3, got hit by a car, and that was traumatic. That was really traumatic. Just saying bye to him there as they injected him, and seeing him drift away. And the Lord gave me a kind of picture, vision, I don't know what it was in that moment. It was a field like this, and I saw a white figure that could only be Jesus walking through the field, and Ace the dog was jumping up and down through the long grass like this, and the Lord Jesus called out, Ace, Ace, and he looked to Jesus, and he ran over to Jesus, and Jesus bent down and ruffled his ears, ruffled his fur, and the pair of them turned away and walked away from me across the field together. And it was just, I was in buckets. I was in buckets, and that was clearly something that God had put into my imagination there to help me in that moment, whether it was real or not, or whether it was just something to help me in that moment. I don't know, but you know, it'd be lovely to think that it was real. But you know, that's so I lost 3 pets, and then after that, in the midst of that, I lost my job, and that was hard to take as well. If you got that security of having a decent wage as a teacher to suddenly being back on supply again, where the wages are like, you know, almost halved. So that was tricky. But just before losing my job and before losing Ace, I lost my wife. She didn't die. She walked out. She walked out and left me with, for the most of the time, with 5 kids. And you know, that was tough. That was tough. And you know, there's been other things as well, like my car being smashed into and losing my car, but these are just possessions, aren't they? They're just things. And you know, the house, obviously having to lose part of the house to pay for my wife to as part of divorce settlements that is ongoing and coming to a head later on this year. It has been tricky. It's been really difficult. But why am I telling you all this? Why am I opening up in such a very vulnerable way? Well, it's to let you know that God has been with me every step of the way, and you know, the closeness that I have with Him now, and the closeness that I felt in those moments, you know, it was awful. I would go to sleep at night, you know, having, you know, the love of my life being taken away from me. My wife, you know, it was heartbreaking, and I would cry myself to sleep at night, but I'd only shed a few tears, and then there'd be this great hug that would come from the Lord, and it would just give me such a peace in the storm, and it was unbelievable. I just can't describe it, but it was with me so strongly in those early days, and I've never forgot that. And He's with me right now, and you know, me and Him are so much closer as a result of all this. And you know, I don't ever want to lose that closeness. I don't want to do anything that's gonna put something between me and Him. So I try to stay pure and righteous and holy as best as I can, because not because He's going to turn my back on me, but because the closeness and the joy that you feel when you know that you're right with God and you're walking closely with Him is just incredible. And now I just want to share this with you, because I want you to know that, you know, if you're going through something really difficult, then, you know, just reach out to God. You know, maybe this has happened to bring you closer to Him. Maybe He's shaping into the person that He wants you to be. You know, I've noticed huge chunks falling off me during this whole process, and it's made me a better person. It's made me more Christ-like. It's made me a lot more like God's Son Jesus, and you know, that can only be a good thing. And it's freed me up on certain days to do way more evangelism, to chat to people. I was just randomly chatting to somebody, you know, even tonight, which was quite random, and shared my testimony, shared my faith, and this person was, you know, suicidal. So, you know, that wouldn't have happened without the things that happened just previously to that, which was as a result of everything that's going on right now, without going into too much detail about it. But I'm telling you this because I want you to stay strong. I want you to rely on the one who makes you strong. I want you to draw close to Him. I want you to walk closely with God, because He's got hold of you. He's shaping your life. You know, just like with Job. Job entered into great difficulty, and it was largely because God said to the devil, "Have you considered my servant Job? You know, there's none like him throughout the whole earth." And the devil was like, "That's only because you put a hedge around him. I can't get to him. You've protected him. You've blessed him abundantly with everything. But take away everything he has, and you know, he'll curse you to your face. It's almost like a bet. And God said, right, you're on. And in that moment, the whole of heaven was turned and focused upon Job. And it was like, is Job going to let God down here? What would have happened, I wonder, if Job had denied God? Oh, I just don't know. Thankfully he didn't. And at the end of it, all the angels in heaven breathed a big sigh of relief as Job stood firm. You know, maybe that's you. You know, one thing, Job had that I've not is, his health was taken from him as well. And I praise God that, my health is still good. But I do know Christians out there and their health has been taken away from them. And it's heartbreaking. I heard of a friend this week and the difficulties that he's going through. And, my heart goes out to him. And, if you're going through something like that and your health has been attacked, then just pour yourself out to God. I mean, he's the great healer. Have faith and hope that he can heal you. But know that he's going to be with you every step of the way. He's not promised to carry you over the fire. He's not promised to build a bridge over the waters. But he said, when you go through the fire, when you go through the raging waters, I will be with you and I will sustain you. So stay with him. Cling to him. Draw close to him. If you've stayed throughout this video right to the end, or even halfway, then you've heard a few revelations from my life that I didn't really want to share. But I've done it because I just want to encourage you that with God's help you can do this. You can walk closely with God. And as the sun sets on another day, no matter how difficult today's been, no matter how difficult your life is at this moment, there's definitely a brighter day coming. And it might not be a brighter day on this earth, but there's definitely a brighter day on the new heavens and the new earth. So just stay close to God. Draw close to him. Sing songs to him, worship songs that'll lift your spirit. Open his word and allow him to speak to you. And talk with him, pray with him daily. You might not be, one of these people who can get on their knees and for minutes and hours in prayer. I struggle with that. I think I've probably got ADHD, but I pray regularly throughout the day, little bits, little snippets, and it all adds up. Just be in that constant communion, talk with God. Temptations come, just eyes up and just be focused on him, because he'll get you there in the end if you just stay close to him and keep walking with God. Thank you for listening. May God bless you, and do comment below if you need to share anything, and I'll get back to you and I'll pray for you, and let's walk with God together.